and happy to be here. Thank you for having me. It's very important. Look, I was born in Argentina. I am Latino, but my parents were from the US. So, my mother was born in New York City, so we came back to the US many years ago. So I have that mix. But my grandparents were from Spain, so I also have the Hispanic heritage with me. But many years ago, I started working in technology, in marketing, and particularly when we talk about influencer marketing. But we didn't have enough understanding of the concept. So now we started to talk about B2B influencer marketing, and that means something, but we have different interpretations. Depends to whom you ask. So that is what we are going to ask the audience today about what you think about it, and we're going to discuss some concept. And I'm very happy to have this opportunity. Yeah, sure. Sorry. Microphone. Yeah. So the other thing, I arrived last night from Dallas from an event that was there, Innovate Americas, that was very powerful in terms of many concepts that I want also to share with you that is about collaborating. This association that is called TM Forum is a big forum with more than 800 companies in the technology and telecommunications area. And the key now is to find ways to collaborate to develop more of the technology. And that is funny because we are experiencing an exponential rate of development in technology, an explosion in this development that we have, and particularly in the last few years with OpenAI and artificial intelligence, ChatGPT. The key is many organizations, almost everywhere, we can apply generative AI. We can apply all the concepts of AI to whatever we do. So companies need to find a way to do it. Many are doing fine. Many have to learn about or need the collaboration. So competitors, people who compete, companies that compete with each other, need to get together to collaborate and develop more our technology. The other thing that is very important is about ethics. When we talk about, oh yes, now AI will steal jobs, or work or whatever. Sometimes we say, well, we'll replace tasks, but sometimes jobs too. And sometimes we talk about, yes, AI will replace, not exactly AI, but someone who is familiar with AI, who knows, will replace those who are not familiar. So we need to be in a continuous state of updating our knowledge, our skills on AI particularly, because it applies to everything. But what we're talking today is about that we live in a world, and this is what I want to say, where technology and data drives nearly everything and all aspects of businesses. We'll talk about business to business, from automation to analytics, from sales funnels to marketing strategy, all is data driven. So in these digital first landscapes, it's easy to forget that behind every transaction, there are people, real people, that it's not only that they are feeling and they need to learn, real people that they have real needs, challenges, and emotions. And that is when we introduce now the day about influencer marketing. This is the area that we capture. First, of course, with some kind of expertise in what we are talking about. And the other thing is with a connection with an audience. The truth is, whether we are selling software solutions or industrial components, we are not just marketing to companies. We are not just marketing to decision makers. We are connecting with people. And that connection happens also thanks to the ability, the enabler that is social media. Social media help us to create a big audience in remote distance, and sometimes we are talking with somebody from the other part of the world that feel interested in some way on what we are sharing on our social media channels. So influencer in the B2B world aren't just amplifying, huh? Amplifying messages or product. We are building trust, creating authentic connections, and helping brands tell their stories. Behind that, it's so important to be sure what we want to do when we are connected in social media. Quick differentiation: B2B, business to business; B2C, business to consumer. Usually in B2C, you find celebrities, people that are in fashion all the time. I mean, maybe some of you watched that on Netflix, Emily in Paris. Okay, it's beautiful to see because you feel that you're walking there in Paris. I mean, it's really great series. Now, one of the things that she do to build her personal audience, not the business, is she's all the time taking selfies and posting on Instagram. I mean, she goes to a new restaurant, she goes to whatever place, all the time posting. So, okay, that will be more in the B2C. Yeah? We don't need, I mean, we know that because we see it all day. But B2B is not exactly that. I mean, you can take selfies, of course, and that's fine, but it's more about what we understand, what we learn every day. I will talk more in technology because of what I do, but what we understand of the new technology, how those technologies bring something not only to business but to the society. What brings to our human beings in our planet. And talking about that, we talk about the topic that we wanted to address today is about humanizing the digital world. What this means? Many times, first I have a quick question for the audience. So who of you are working or doing work for brands as B2B influencer marketing? In the audience? Okay. Not any? A few, maybe. Okay. Perfect. Not a problem. What I want to make it, differentiate some concept. Sometimes it's transactional, and sometimes it's more like a partnership. What's the difference? They will contact you about, we are launching a new product, and again, the examples are in technology. That is, and they put something like, we have a new product, we have I hope it's still working? Yeah. Because I touched it. Yes, perfect. So they will say, we're launching, we want you to amplify the message. We want you to share. So, and there we start talking. And many brands are in this, I would say, they say, yes, let's talk. B2B influencer marketing is not just advertising. It's not just sharing, amplifying. It's more a connection with the people. So first, something that every time young people ask me, how can I be an influencer? How can I have a connection with audiences and work on marketing? I said, work on building your audience. And for building your audience, you need to be consistent. If you like fashion, if you like whatever means something, if you like cars, talk about that. Now, if you're talking one day about fashion, another day about technology, other day about makeups, other days about other products, or food, then you will have some difficulty in create a loyal audience. When I say loyal, it's followers, subscribers that comes to you. Social media is key because, as I say, so when we have this discussion, we say, what's the purpose of the campaign that you want to run? And they will say, okay, we want to reach decision makers. We want to reach some professionals in the technology that they want to learn more about, because we want them to use our products. They say since we have started with ChatGPT and all the videos website or applications that you can create clips, whatever. I mean, we started receiving a lot of requests about promoting their new website, their new applications for creating with AI videos. Well, again, it's not just replicating, it's not just amplifying, it's more about connecting. So the question that comes in this discussion about how we want to connect with people to really provide them some knowledge or some information that will be good for what they do. And when we talk about B2B influencer marketing, here are some components that I find very important, that I find really that we always need to take into account. And it's that influencer, when you're recognized as an influencer in some discipline, it comes because they see that the audience can trust you. Because you have thought leadership, because you have a loyal audience that is growing, and because also you start working with brands that that can create something impactful on your audience. And here comes the place. Building trust, working with experts in some disciplines is what makes the influencer marketing in the technology area. But it's about also credibility, trust, thought leadership, credibility, an audience that is loyal. I would say a behavior, maybe I can say, the way that you communicate when you answer a post or something that some message, some post that asking you something, and maybe you disagree. The way that you do it is not getting only to that person who asked the question, and getting to thousands and thousands of people that maybe you will never know. Usually you don't know. So the other thing is that the audience, when I was saying don't mix up with different areas or different disciplines, is because you need to identify your niche. Once you have the niche, make sure that you cultivate that niche, because that is part of B2B influencer marketing. So the other thing that we talk also is about relationship building and long-term partnership. And that is what happens when we start working. We are in different platforms. LinkedIn will be the platform of preference for B2B influencer marketing. But Twitter is still there. I mean, Twitter is still there, even with all the conflicts and different opinions that we have we can have there. It's still there because you have massive, a lot of audiences that you can address. Now, the other thing is YouTube, and we used to, I had some conflict in my mind with YouTube because I thought, we need to have followers or subscribers on YouTube. You need to be posting every single day or maybe every single week. But this year, I started my YouTube channel, and with an account that I have for more than 10 years. I have only 20 subscribers in January this year. And I started promoting that on Twitter, where I have more followers, and on LinkedIn. But I started uploading. At first, I put a name, marketing, put a name, let's take ahead as a channel. And then I started uploading interviews that I conduct to CEOs in the technology industry, some videos that I recorded in different locations, and I started to have a lot of views there. So the viewership started to be very significant in a few months. And now I have more than 650,000 views on my channel, less than 1 year, more than 11,000 subscribers, and again, less than 1 year, and I don't post every single week. Now, how that comes? My videos, my podcasts really usually are part of a marketing campaign in B2B. And I connected also with LinkedIn, with Twitter, and other platforms. To wrap up a little bit what I want to say, 2 things to humanize brands in the digital world. And this goes both sides. When I say both sides, to the brands, to the marketing agencies, and to the influencers also. Creating strategic partnerships. And this goes because we have access to an audience, to a niche that we were cultivating. Now, the other thing is the brand, maybe in their pages, has thousands of followers, more than you have in your channels. Why is it important then for big brands to work with us, that maybe we are micro-influencers, non-influencers, because we have an audience? It's because there are a lot of surveys that prove, and studies that prove, that the audience in general, I'm talking not only in the US, all over the world, trust more when an influencer is talking about a brand rather than when the brand goes directly to them. So that's one of the important reasons. So because of that, it's not only transactional. I'm calling you because I'm launching a software, new software, wherever, and please be there, and we want you to help us to promote our new products, or whatever. It's more than that. It's important to create a relationship with the brand in a way, and again, it's both parts. I would say there is a third element, that is a marketing agency that usually helps to be like a bridge. The other thing, this thing is genuine storytelling. There is something that nowadays the audience and the brands value, is you be yourself. Even if you are not perfect when you are posting, whatever, but you're respectful. Even if you are not using the latest technology for videos, for posts, be yourself, be authentic, and also make sure that we understand what inspires us. That is, for me, is clue. For me, it's key. It's very, very important. It's not just that we are doing something because we are doing it. It's because there is something behind that motivates us, right, to do that. And even if we are talking about technology, a new system, wherever, we think that that is going to be good for, not only for businesses, but the society, for the human side, so human beings in general, everywhere in the world. And if I have one more minute, I will say a quick story. During the pandemic, that we were more sitting in front of the camera with video conference, and we were connecting with more people and chatting, I used to receive messages every single week, 2 or 3 times, DMs, and on Twitter there was, and my Twitter account, and this was with someone who told me, I think it was in Saudi Arabia, and he was in a program, he was 16-year-old, perfect English, and he was asking me questions about what I'm posting, or my latest article, or whatever. And finally, I asked him, he told me he was a 16-year-old, so he was a teenager. And his family was very poor. That's what he told me. But he wanted to learn technology. He wants to have access. He lived in a remote area, not in a big city. But he had a phone. He has a mobile. He told me, I have a mobile. I have a phone. With that phone, when he had the chance to connect to a Wi-Fi somewhere, and usually it was in the night, he connected and he was searching, not on internet, but Twitter, LinkedIn, to learn, to see how and what he can learn to work on something. Because we were talking a lot about remote work, about hybrid work. So he said, I want to do something, even if it's remotely, not because I want to help my family. We are very poor, and we want to get out. I want to help them. And he thought that technology and being connected was going to be a bridge for him to develop those skills that he needs. So that is very important. Those little examples help us to what inspires us to do what we do. It's connected with our passions, it's connected with our values, it's connected with the way that we think we have a place in the world and something that we can do for having a better world. But thank you for listening.